This is one of those things where to make that great comedy, you've got to follow a little bit of the formula.
I'm not really a big fan of romantic comedies in general.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Movie Feuds.
I'm Starsky, this is Hutch, I'm Will I Am.
We're not doing this
Fergie.
skit. I don't want to be on your team.
Well, we're teaming up because we are doing another Critics Clash.
That's right. This week, we're doing I Am Legend, because the critics are pretty high on this movie, and we just don't agree.
It's about 70% on Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, it's a little above average, but
Can you just agree with me?
we're gonna do this review.
Well, I Am Garbage is really the beginning of the zombie revolution that's happening, and it started back in 2007.
It's got a big name, it's got a big budget, 150 mil. Not sure where that money went.
Willow's gotta eat.
It's true. Hey, stop putting your kids in your movies.
At least he didn't do the soundtrack for this. We all gonna die.
Let's start this Critic Clash with a quote from Tom Charity. I Am Legend doesn't look like a CGI extravaganza. I'm sorry, what movie were you watching? That's all this is.
It's all CGI. I don't even know if the dog was real.
It's just a cluster. And it's poor CGI. It's like Spider-Man 1 CGI. Oh great, now we're gonna get a bunch of comments from Spider-Man 1 fans again.
We've already pissed off the Spider-Man crew. The zombie characters were a digital mess. We're supposed to get on board with Will Smith's mission here to save the planet, but they're so far transformed that it just feels like Will Smith's talking to a bunch of foam props. Another quote from the critics, Karina Chacano, Chocosaurus Rex. I Am Legend doesn't serve you well to give you too much time to think. It's better when it's galloping forward at top speed.
Galloping forward. It's like because there's deer in the movie.
Yeah, I don't know.
Probably a lot of puns in there. We probably should read the full reviews.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't recall this thing really ever galloping forward, and I would have to totally disagree with that statement. I mean, in fact, it is better when it's not moving at all, and you get a little bit of character development.
Will Smith's character here, Robert Neville, really never develops either side of his personality.
We're talking about a guy who constantly rewatches old footage to remind him that he is responsible for this outbreak, and he is determined to fix it. You know, he's constantly saying, I will fix this, I'm going to fix this. But then we see him talking to mannequins, dinking around, fishing in koi ponds.
They try to hint at the fact that he might be losing his mind, but yet whenever he wants to, he just reels himself back in and becomes this great scientist again.
J.R. Jones says, and I quote, the popcorn elements are well handled, but what really lingers is the sense of urban despair.
Really? Urban despair. I never got a sense of that because they never explained how the situation actually occurred. I want to see people fleeing the country. I want to see people disintegrating in their households and turning into these zombies. You never see any of that. They never explain why the situation occurred in the first place. And finally, we've got Mike McGannigan? Mike from
McGonagall from Harry Potter.
Mike from Bennigan's says Will Smith raises his game and insists that others do the same.
Oh, see, now that's actually true. Because Sam the dog did a star-studded performance. I don't know how Will Smith got it out of him.
But you're also forgetting about the woman and her son who didn't come through the movie until halfway in it.
I can't even pretend she's good. She's a plank of wood.
But we did see the back of the son's head for 4.5 minutes as he watched Shrek.
Which comes at the perfect time, transitioning right from Neville's family dying in a chopper accident. Come on!
What are you doing?
I would think of all people you would recognize a wall when you see one.
Well, yeah. But the wall's supposed to go around my swamp, not through it.
Let's put the cherry on top of this ass sundae and talk about the ending, where Robert Neville decides to go kamikaze and blow himself up.
It's like when he was building that sterile room, he was thinking to himself, you know what? I've got my syringes, I've got my sterile work table, but I'm missing something. I don't know what it is. Something needs to be added.
You know what would help him? Blue's Clues. All right, kids, we have our handy dandy notebook. Are you ready to help Robert Neville solve Blue's Clues?
Yeah!
Awesome. Is it a ice pick?
I don't think so.
No. Is it a sawed-off shotgun with a hair trigger? No, not that either.
Confirmed.
Oh, no? Okay. I know. It's a grenade. Yeah! We just figured out Blue's Clues. We just figured out Blue's Clues. We just figured out Blue's Clues. 'Cause we're really smart.
Well, that's our Critic Clash of I Am Legend, but we want to hear from you. What did you think about the movie? Leave us a comment on our Facebook page at facebook.com/moviefeuds or on the show page at moviefeuds.com.
Oh, hey, Blue. I guess he wanted to say goodbye, too.
Get out.
Oh, see ya. More than just reviews. This is Movie Feuds.
We need to talk about this dog situation.
Let the dogs out.
I'm ready to go Robert Neville on him and just choke this thing out.
They're so far transformed that it just feels like Will Smith's talking to a bunch of foam props.
I fully agree.
Well, I guess that wraps up this conversation.
Till next time.
From the bottomless pit, but my hand was made strong.